Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's look at the buffs that we got this morning. And then in the last edition of Monster News from the main channel on YouTube, they mentioned that they're going to start doing these character buffs like every 3 months. And then there will be fewer characters per buff, which is cool. So let's look at what we got today. First one here, this is kind of the main character of Monster Strike. Most people forget about this, but it is Strike. And then he was already pretty strong before, but here his kind of main bump combo, the 8-way laser, it will be upgraded to XL, and then that will double the damage per laser, and then also make it like fatter, so it will hit more guys. It's not going to change a whole lot. It'll make him better for farming like easy quests, but in like Judas, for example, where bump combos don't really matter, this is not going to really come into play. And then his strike shot was sped up. Still fairly strong strike shot, and you'll be able to use it more often, so yeah. Strike was made better, but the way you use him is not going to be really any different. And then a few people, they were kind of wondering, since in the latest like new event, the new Hatcher monsters, they just went straight to the Transcendent form. People were wondering if they were going to announce like a new form above Transcendent form. And then obviously the first one to get that would be Strike. But since Strike got the buff here, then that kind of squashed the feelings that people had that maybe there would be a new level above Transcendent. So yeah, that's kind of a side effect of getting the buff here. And then let's move on. Next up is Oda Nobunaga. This is the standard version. And this one I was very happy about, actually, because she is a dark bounce with null damage wall. And then some other stuff like counter killer, and then the very nice slice and dice bump combos. But since Lucifer came out, who's also a dark bounce with the null damage wall, she pretty much totally overshadowed Nobunaga. And then when I pulled Nobunaga recently, like I had no reaction at all, because it was after I got Lucifer, who's much better. But with this buff, Nobunaga picks up the Magic Circle boost, which is very good. Just like a whole new null gimmick for her, and really opens up like how many quests she can go to. And it also gives her a nice niche that Lucifer does not have. So this is very, very cool. Happy to have her now. Okay, next up is Nobunaga X. This is the limited version of Nobunaga. And then she's water bounce with the Minesweeper and null gravity barrier, I think. And then her sub-bump combo got upgraded from the Energy Circle M to the double Energy Circle L. So this is pretty great. Her main bump combo is the Energy Circle L. So it's like she has a triple Energy Circle. And then this will be light element, so that means it will do extra damage against dark enemies, but not extra damage against fire. So yeah, with the triple Energy Circle, you get the greater coverage. You know, you cover more of the screen, and maybe there's more places where the Energy Circles would like overlap with each other. But I actually feel like this is not a very giant change to the character. And then I don't have this character, but even with this buff, it hasn't really inspired me to want to pull this character. So yeah, she was already good before. It's cool to have this buff. I guess the biggest thing for me is that it improves the aesthetics. Before she had the 2 Energy Circles, but they like totally overlapped, and so only looked like one bump combo. But now with this, it'll definitely look like 2 or even 3 bump combos. Okay, next is Sanada Yukimura, and she got quite the buff. She might be the best character coming out of this series of buffs. But she picks up Laser Stop, and then her counter killer gets upgraded to M. And I think she's the first character to ever get the counter killer. And then the way that this works is that the last enemy that hit her, she will pick up the counter slayer for that. And then M, that is double the damage. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. And then let's see, the 2 bump combos, they also get upgraded. The main bump combo, it is increased from 3 shots to 5 shots. That's very good. And then the sub bump combo, the distance that it travels has been increased, and also the damage. So bump combo is now a pretty good source of damage, and then more damage from the Slayers as well. And then with her strike shot, she also gets more Slayers for characters with gravity barriers around them. So I think in all, she can get up to like 4.5 times the damage against the right character, which is very, very crazy. I don't have her yet, but I'd really like to get her. Next is Hunter King, one of the very first Transcendent forms, and I think this is the second time that he's gotten a buff. He picks up a Null Wind, which will help his versatility a little bit, and then the sub-bump combo, or the main bump combo, it gets increased from the Vertical Laser XL to the Twin Vertical Laser XL. So this will increase the area that it hits, and then also if you can hit like a boss character with both lasers, that will be even more damage. So he's pretty good. Also don't have him, I would like to get him. Oh, there's an ad for Monster Strike. Okay, now it looks like drop monsters. And then here's Ashida, one of my more favorite drop monsters. I used her as a max luck to make a Magma, and she was great in there. Give her the Kai version with the 8-way laser, and then you can really use her well in there. But her Minesweeper gets upgraded to Minesweeper L, which is pretty crazy. It goes from 1.5 times the damage to 2.5 times the damage with a Mines. That's pretty great. And then she picks up a Dash. Her speed is very slow. It's like just over 200. With Dash, you know, it will increase that speed. But because she is a power type, she's still going to lose a lot of speed as she hits enemies. So I kind of feel like the net effect of this is not going to be very much. Yeah, maybe like getting around, grabbing hearts, or setting up bump combos should be a little bit more useful for that. And then the bump combo got a much needed upgrade. It's still the spread 3, which bounces once, but each of the hits will do maybe about 50% more damage, so that's nice. And then looks like HP was upgraded, that is good, she needed it. And then I guess her attack went down, but that's because she picked up a gauge with Dash, and so it ends up being about the same, so yeah. Okay, next is Doom. I think this is also his second time that he's gotten a upgrade. He picks up Dash, and then same thing as with Ashida. It'll help him get around, but being a power type, he's still going to lose a lot of speed as he hits enemies, so probably won't help him too much. And then the bump combo, kind of the same as Hunter King. Horizon Laser XL turns into Twin Horizon Laser XL. Which, yeah, can really help with his damage. These changes are nice, but I don't know if it inspires me to want to make the max look of him. Maybe I'll try him out in a mission, but just to see how I like him, but I don't know. Again, I would recommend to make Tsukuyomi instead of this guy. Okay, next is Marishten, maybe my favorite character in the game. But he gets nice upgrades. He picks up the Demon Slayer on his gauge, which is very cool. To have a Slayer on any drop monster is great. Really improves their usability and versatility. And then a lot of the quests where Marishten is already good, there are already demons in there. So yeah, that makes them even more useful in there. And then, yeah, with the gauge, with the Slayer, it's 40k per hit. So that's pretty nice. And then HP is improved, which is good, because he always had pretty low HP before. So yeah, very cool for Marishten. Okay, next is Fudomyo, and then his main weakness was his low speed. He had a kind of a fun strike shot and then a semi-useful bump combo because it would give the Petrify. But his speed was so low that it wasn't super feasible to use him in a lot of places. You could use him in Devadatta, because there's kind of lots of pinching in there, so you don't need to move very far anyway. But with this buff here, he picks up dash, same as the other power types, so that'll improve his speed. One other nice thing about picking up dash is that his null damage wall moves from the gauge to passive in him. So you never have to worry about missing the gauge and then dying using this guy, so that's pretty cool. And then here, this is a real big surprise, but this is Strike Jr. And then he is the free character that you can get from the Friend Hatcher. And then for a long time, I would tell people, you know, don't worry about Strike Jr. He's just a trap to soak up your Morlings. But now he's actually kind of worth it. His evolution version, he picks up, well, he loses Fiend Slayer, he picks up Counter Slayer, so that can improve his versatility a bit. And then his bump combo gets increased from the X laser to the 8-way laser. That's the same as the regular strikes. That's kind of a cool reference. The really good one, though, I would say, is Strike Jr. with Migi, that hand guy. And this is the Ascension form. You could get this Ascension form as part of a collaboration. You get the Migi and then use him as an Ascension material. You can't do that now because it is a collaboration. But if you use the item, which gives you the Insta Ascension, you can get this Strike Jr. Ascension. That's what I did, and that's what I recommend for most people. But he picks up a new null gimmick, which is very cool, null damage wall. So he has the flight null damage wall, same as the regular strike, and then also his bump combo gets upgraded to the 8-way laser, so that's a nice addition. And yeah, bounce, flight, null damage wall. That's a nice double null ability, same as like Kushinada and like Holdai if you don't include the null block. So that's pretty good. You could use him. Making him is kind of a chore though, because you have to pull the Friend Hatcher a lot, and then fuse all those guys together, and then like fuse all the other random guys that you get. I've only been playing for about a little less than maybe about a year and a half. And my Strike Jr. is still at about like 50 luck, so it takes a while to get his max luck. And I guess that's it. So yeah, some exciting stuff. Personally, I'm most excited about Marishten, and then Nobunaga, and yeah, those two. Those are the ones I'm most excited about. So yeah, hopefully you have some of those characters, and then give them a try. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.